intensive workout. I have not been here at this time, especially on Monday, because last time I came here on Monday evening, it was horrible. It was just completely packed. But I had a busy schedule today, and this was the earliest I could come. And schedule. We were we went to meet our dog sitter. We went to um, the cinema. We were watching the last Christopher Nolan movie, and it finished at 5. So, and basically, we couldn't book at any other day, and we both were cinephile. I don't know if you say that in English. In French, we say cinephile for people who like to watch movies. So I went with my husband. We watched it, and it was. I mean, I had a good time. I actually enjoyed it. I didn't see what was the whole fuss that everyone was like, oh my God, there's like a, it's not accurate, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, this is Hollywood, you know. I'm not expecting to watch a documentary. And I think that, when I was a child and a teenager, we had Harry Potter, we had Spider-Man, we had Lord of the Rings. And I feel like now, if I was to be a child during this time, there wouldn't be so many movies like that. So I think that the movie from Christopher Nolan kind of did that, basically. But yeah, I just want to show you my form. I don't know, I think most of you are probably eating or chilling. So yeah, I just went really comfortable. I had my forever jogger, you know, very comfortable. And I think it's Osho. Yeah, I think it's Osho. Don't know if you can see. It's very comfortable. And yeah, it's quite nice because downstairs we have a mall, as I told you. So I'm just going to go buy some stuff for the dogs because we have not been, because with our dogs, they are Amstaff, so we need to have, we tend to like getting them some fresh meat. And it's so funny, if you have these dogs, you'll be surprised by the amount of people who are like, what are they eating? Like this, it's like if they were talking about some really, really huge, like wild animals or something. I'm very self-conscious right now because I've lost my abs, as you can see. This was a battle of mine, but at the same time, I felt like I wanted, like with abs, like you get a bit more, like it starts to stick out. Abs are sticking out, and I want my belly to be like, not like this, but you know, a bit smaller here, so that my waistline is smaller, if it makes sense. But I feel like with abs, it's getting like this, and I want my belly to be more like this, you know, if it makes sense, like more like incurvated. But it's like you can't really tell now, it's completely gone. Like, look, it's completely gone. And here, my arms as well. Sorry, I'm in the bathroom if you can hear someone in the bathroom. I just finished my workout. And my arms as well, I used to have like a nice definition, but I just feel like it's gone, completely gone. Hi. And my back, I still have my back definition. Is that how you name it? My back is still there. And today was legs. So I came here and I was like, it's Monday, it's going, hi Joy. I just thought I'm just going to come here Monday evening. Probably it's going to be busy, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do my thing. And yeah, I'm glad that I turned up. I was really not going to come here. I hated every bit of it. I did one exercise that I hated. I did lunges. I didn't do hip thrusts. I did hip thrusts 2 days ago and tried to vary. So I target different parts of my legs. So today was much my in between of my legs, and I know I don't have any like disclaimer of the disclaimer. This is not like a gym specialist with a specific word, like, you know. So yeah, I did mostly my legs, and I feel like, you know that feeling when you finish your workout and you feel like you're smelly and sweaty and gross, and I'm just like, I expect that when I'm hi Anderson, I expect that when I'm getting outside it's going to be raining because it was raining today on and off. So I hope it's going to be like that. And then yeah, you can see I'm still sweating a bit. I need to cut my hair because generally, like, when it gets like this, that's when I trim them. Yeah, you can see the roots are much more like brown. Thank you for the light. I have been so like, I've been so busy lately. Well, I didn't want to actually really care. I'm thinking if I should take you with me downstairs. Actually, maybe I should take you with me downstairs. Maybe. Although I really want to just like get in and get out, you know what I mean? At this time, like I finish my day, I still have some work to do. I'm applying for a few jobs, and I think it's kind of going well. And I also have to work for some clients because I do graphic design for them. So I need to finish some work for my clients, send it to them, and also do like illustration, and they pay me. And so I need to do that as well, get on top of it. And yeah, so I know it's like you're probably just like enjoying your life, going out, meeting friends, enjoying barbecues, but I feel like this is the best time to work out. And I just felt so surprised that even on at the end of July, I feel like July, beginning of August, at least in France, because I'm a French citizen, this is the moment where people are actually traveling. I'm just like, what are all of these people doing here on a Monday? Wow, even in the cinema, I was like, wow, all of these people are coming here. And people are criticizing the movie of Christopher Nolan. I was like, we tried to really book it for the weekend. It was all booked except the shitty spot in the front, and we went to see it in a cinema 4D in IMAX. And by the way, I found out that in France there's no IMAX. Someone needs to correct me because I have not been there in the cinema, obviously. So I'm just like, but how you? It's like basically, if I can explain to you, it's like if you see me like this, but then you can see this. So they will go and see this, but like they will see this, which is really strange. But yeah, so it was packed. I had a great time. It was like really good. I feel like there's so many crap movies that get a pass, and I feel like for a movie that people were saying that it was going to be horrible, just go watch it and make your own opinion. Obviously, I didn't see anyone getting out. I see some people, it's 3 hours. Like they went for 3 hours in the cinema, actually went and paid for it instead of waiting to watch it at home. When you have Amazon Prime, Disney, what else? YouTube, Netflix. So I mean, for a movie that was heavily criticized, I feel like it was quite busy. Hi, hi. So it was actually really like we had a good time. I mean, I had a good time, and it was nice to see some. It was also very interesting in the sense of, if you like, well, it was a lot of plotting and a lot of and who's going to do what to who. And I was really interested in the fact that it's the Odyssey. Everyone knows the story. No one is spoiling you the Odyssey in 2026. I mean, we had to read that book in France. And so I vaguely remember some of the episodes. Obviously, the most famous one is when they're on the ship and they're getting the call of the sirens, and some of them die. It was a bit of like, you know, when you watch that show in America, it's called The Survivor. So you watch the Odyssey an early season, you're thinking, okay, who's going to make it this round? Okay, they're meeting the Cyclops, they're meeting the Sirens, they're meeting the anything. Who's going to make it next? You know, it's like a reality TV show. But except it's not. He actually really managed to make the create attention, and there were so many interesting quotes in it. And it was one of these movies that you watch that you get out of here and you feel like, okay, let's go, because, you know, shit happens to everyone. But it's about like sometimes I remember it's like I can have a horrible day, but I get up, I go to bed, I cry, I get up, I have a shower, and I start a new day. And I think that movie was literally that. Like, okay, now we just got into, thank you for the light, now we just got to trapped by the Cyclops, but actually we managed to get out of it. Okay, tough, let's go. Oh, there's a thunder. Oh, crap. We arrive in an island, we're hungry, we just need to start running again because someone is after us. Okay, let's go. It was really the energy, and it was really interesting, and also a lot of wisdom, because it's like basically the character is using his mental, Lucie, who's played by Matt Damon, is using his mental resources to think about how to get himself out of the situation. And it's like in a lot of situations in life, one of the things, it means that there's so many layers to it, the symbolic, etc. But one of the things that I remember why they made it us learn that, it was obviously it's a classic, but it was a tale to teach resilience, and also to say, okay, you have to use your brain basically to get out of it. Like for example, when they meet the sirens, how do they? Because as long as the men listen to the sirens, they're going to dive in the water, and they're going to be killed by the siren basically. And basically, Ulysses always comes up with idea because he's got wisdom and he's smart. So he was like, okay, no, we're going to put wax into the ears, or he will arrive like, you know, obviously the Trojan horse. They just hide into a wooden horse, and then that's how they manage to enter the city and then attack. but then you see them actually squashed, you know, because in the book you don't really see that, but actually the physicality of them being squashed, and they explain like one of us died in that moment, and then it was really, 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 really interesting. But anyway, hi Marco, hi, hi. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. I'm just talking, by the way, about Ulysses and the Odyssey, and it was really inspiring. Of like you watch it, but that's how, you know, how the famous quote of this is how heroes are made. You know, the heroes are made through you know, it's like even if you think about the work of Hercules, there's that same idea of like whatever challenges you have in your life is actually what makes you your hero of your own story. Like our own life is our own story. We're the main character, and whatever you overcome in your life. And also, it's like if you think about the gym, it's like whenever you go to the next level, you manage to lift something heavier, etc., etc. It means that you're getting better and better. You know what I mean? So it was all of that. And watching the Ulysses and the Odyssey, I would definitely go if I had a small child, and if you just go because it's actually a light way. You can have so many conversation after that. You know, it's not like, oh, he's on a ship and he's going to see. Trying to go back to his wife. At some point, like the character keeps asking, like, how long have I been out here? How long? And it's like sometimes it feels like that. You think, my God, how long have I been dealing with this situation? You know, I mean, there's so many things that we can all relate to, and also to see that, you know, sometimes you think about when they show Greece. They always like to show Greece, you know, people are seeing someone is playing the harp, but some men who were basically, while he was away, he was also, Christopher Nolan had this way of showing the psychology of the guys there basically waiting to replace Ulysses. They were like, his wife needs to remarry, and she was like, I don't want to remarry, and she was telling, and her son was like, why don't you marry someone? And even Ulysses told her, you should marry someone, but she didn't want to, and her son was like, why don't you do it? He said, oh, I'm going to look for my dad. And it's like, if you should stay here, because if you go, they're going to kill you out there. You might as well stay here. And he was like, how long? It's been 20 years. How long are we going to wait for these guys to... It's getting crazy. These guys are out of hand. And every night there was a banquet, and they were kind of like staring at them, like, you know, fake, obviously. And it reminded me like this reality TV show, or even in real life, IRL. And they were kind of looking at Helen and her son, and they were kind of like, you know, between them, they were like, Mom, he was like, Mom, these people hate me. He wasn't saying that, but they hate me. What am I going to do? You need to marry someone, or something is going to happen, and I'm going to be the prince still. But if you don't do that, we're cooked, we're screwed. And the mom is like, yeah, but I know they hate us. Why don't you just close everything and set the whole thing to fire? Because all of these suitors just want to get rid of us. So everything, like there's so many things of people spying, lying. It was quite a few layers if you enjoy this kind of this kind of things. Anyway, I'm just going to go now because it's getting a bit long. Missed you. I'm going to film more often. And I hope you're having a nice evening. If you want to watch me more, subscribe. And I'm coming back with some videos. And it's nice to be back. See you. Have a nice evening.